Title: Dangerous Desires. The sun burned low over the arid plains, casting long shadows across the small town of Red Hollow. In the midst of the dusty streets, a figure moved with deliberate caution: Logan Drake, a rugged cowboy whose reputation for daring deeds was only rivaled by his mysterious past. He had always been a man of solitude, preferring the company of the open plains and the wind over the chatter of townsfolk. But tonight, his world was about to ignite in ways he could never have imagined. She arrived like a storm. Isabella Moreau, a woman whose beauty was as lethal as it was captivating, rode into town with the confidence of someone who owned the very horizon. Her raven hair flowed behind her, and her eyes, dark and unreadable, held secrets that whispered of danger and desire. Logan first saw her at the saloon, leaning against the bar, every gesture deliberate, every glance calculating. The air around her seemed to burn, making the room feel smaller, hotter, heavier. He tried to look away, tried to convince himself she was trouble he could ignore. But something about her pulled at him, a gravitational force he hadn't felt in years. She was trouble, yes, and that was exactly what made her irresistible. "You Logan Drake?" she asked, her voice low and melodic, sending a shiver down his spine. "I hear you're a man who can handle what most cannot." He tilted his hat back, studying her. "Depends on what you're offering, ma'am. Trouble or trouble wrapped in silk?" A faint smile curved her lips. "Maybe both." That was all it took. The night unfolded like a wildfire. They danced around each other, words as sharp as the spurs on his boots, a tension that simmered hotter than the desert sun. Every glance, every touch, was electric, drawing them closer to a danger neither could resist. Days passed in a blur of whispered secrets, stolen moments, and near brushes with the law. Isabella had a mission, one that required Logan's skills, and though he suspected it was reckless, he could not turn away. The plains seemed to sizzle under their combined will, the heat of desire matching the danger they courted with each passing day. They rode together, planned together, and in every quiet moment, the air between them trembled with what remained unspoken. One evening, under a sky painted with the last light of day, they found themselves alone by the river. The water glimmered like molten gold, and the only sound was the soft whisper of the current. Isabella turned to him, eyes searching, lips slightly parted. "Logan," she said, her voice a blend of warning and longing. "This isn't just about you and me. The world outside wants to tear us apart. Are you ready for what's coming?" Logan stepped closer, his hand brushing against hers, feeling the heat of her skin. "I've faced down outlaws, storms, and deserts. I've never met anything that scares me as much, or thrills me like this." Their lips met in a brief, fiery kiss, the promise of more hanging between them like a live wire. Desire mingled with danger, each heartbeat echoing the risk they were taking, each touch a dare against the world. As the plot Isabella carried unfolded, a hidden shipment of gold, rival gangs closing in, and the law never far behind, they moved like shadows across the plains. Every choice was a gamble, every glance a challenge. Logan realized that the danger was not only in the world around them, but in the pull she had over him. She awakened a part of him long buried, reckless, passionate, alive. They escaped ambushes, outrun men bent on murder and betrayal, and shared stolen nights beneath the stars. Each time, the closeness between them ignited something deeper, something neither could deny. Their passion was dangerous, yes, but it was also their anchor in a world that offered little safety. But the climax of their journey came one fateful night, when betrayal struck from the most unexpected quarter. A trusted ally revealed Isabella's secret plan, and Logan found himself at a crossroads. Protect her at all costs, or risk everything to confront the incoming danger head-on. The tension exploded like gunfire in the dark, hearts racing, desires mingling with fear. In the heat of the moment, amidst the dust and shadows, Logan and Isabella realized that their bond was more than attraction. It was survival, trust forged in fire, a connection that neither danger nor time could sever. Their hands met, grasped tightly, eyes locking with an intensity that said more than words ever could. When the final confrontation came, it was not brute force that won the day, but cunning, courage, and the unbreakable trust they had built. Every choice, every risk, every moment of temptation and desire had led them to this point. They emerged victorious, but changed, scarred, yes, but stronger, bound not only by the fires of passion, but by the trials they had faced together. As dawn broke over the plains, painting the horizon in hues of fire and gold, Logan and Isabella rode side by side, a perfect blend of strength, desire, and understanding. The world was still wild, still dangerous, but for the first time, it felt like theirs. In the heat of danger and desire, they had found each other, and that was more thrilling than any adventure, more intoxicating than any peril. Their story became the stuff of whispered legend in Red Hollow and beyond. The cowboy and the mysterious woman who faced fire, lawlessness, and temptation, only to discover that some desires are worth every risk. And as the wind carried the dust across the endless plains, it seemed to hum their secret, that true danger and true passion are inseparable, and when they meet, the world itself changes.